G'day guys and girls, I'm Walter from Gordonvale, Far North Queensland, and this is my 93 80 series Land Cruiser. We found the 80 series sized hole in the ground. I'm stuck.
Alright, I'll see you later, mate. I'm gonna go home now.
No worries, buddy.
How's it going, Walter?
Not bad, mate.
Nice looking 80 series you got here.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it does its job.
Yeah. We'll start off with the front here. What sort of bar work you got going on here?
Well, that's the ARB bar that it came with, fitted with the Adventure Kings winch. Nothing fancy.
Oh yeah,
Keep
just
it
a
cheap.
12,000 pound.
Yeah, 12,000 pound or 7.2 horsepower, I think they call them. Something like that. Knock off spotties, just as bright as any other, to be honest.
I like how it says LED, not ARB.
got to keep it real. It even had the red ring around it until it faded within a month.
I think ARB's ones would do the same as well.
The uni den, obviously. Got to have the UHF.
Yeah, mate. It's only a little aerial, but that's probably all you need.
No, yeah, it does its job.
Gets the distance.
From Gordonvale here, I'm hearing people as far as Yungabarra, and from Edmonton, I'm hearing people as far as Stratford.
That's a fair distance.
That's a long way, man. That's a long way.
Well, I run the uni din in my cruiser.
It's far enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I run the uni din in my cruiser, and I swear by it. I don't use that GME stuff.
It's good stuff, eh?
eBay special headlights or proper brand name?
I'd say they're eBay special. I've even done myself the luxury of butchering them and putting LED bulbs in, so they're not even waterproof anymore.
Well, that's what you want.
You might notice the dust and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of dust in there. I can see the seal's not doing anything at all.
But you know, I'm a bit of a believer of use it to the best you can and replace it.
Yeah.
I'll probably go back to the bricks next time, something different. Change it up. Yeah.
Alright, we'll move on to the underneath the bonnet. I'll
lift that up for you.
Alright, do the honours, mate. Open her up.
Alright, yeah, well this is where all the fun's had. We even get the gas struts on the 80, mate. Don't be too jealous.
Nice.
Alright. So we just got the old 1HZ. It was a factory non-turbo vehicle, unfortunately, even though it is a GXL. So we've got the Garrett turbo on it. We've got, what else has been done there? Oh, a 12mm pump.
Yep.
So the pump's been upgraded. It's a 1HDT pump, upgraded to 12mm.
So we've already got big power over the factory 1HZ.
Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. I honestly believe the capability's there for way too much power. Right, I've already melted one engine down, thinking I was cool and the fastest in town. So don't get too carried away when you do turbocharge your truck. You do want to keep them as cool as you can.
Yeah, yeah. EGTs are a massive factor with the 1HZ.
I found, to be honest, in my humble opinion, as much power as you need is, as much power as you need is all you need.
Yeah.
You don't need that extra more. As long as you're comfortable to take off, drive up the range, pull a trailer, do all that. Well, that's pretty good enough.
And on 35s, which we'll talk about soon.
On 35s, managing about 15 per 100, which I'm super happy with.
That sort of fuel economy is the same sort of fuel economy a lot of 1HZ, no, not 1HZ, LS1 owners run.
Yep.
In the cruisers.
I do find 15's quite an average number when it comes to fuel consumption in a lot of larger vehicles. I also find that almost everyone else I know with LandCruiser is getting more like 20.
Yeah, well, I think mine's getting 25.
So it has been a challenge getting that running cost down and still keeping the power to match the vehicle, so to speak. But so far so good. I'm happy with it. It'll probably run a bit better when I connect my hotbox to its radiator here, but
I can see you got the it's essentially a Bluetooth setup.
Yeah, it's wireless cooling there, mate. I get the Wi-Fi turned on for that one.
you got to cool those EGT somehow, and I don't know how you're doing it. There's no cooling in the radiator. There's no hoses connected, and somehow it stays cooler than mine.
Magic. Disconnect the aircon.
Well, yeah, that's a big one.
I got the ARB compressor.
Yep.
So I'll give away now that it's twin locked. You got to twin lock them. Some do affectionately refer to it as triple locked.
Triple locked.
Once you've done the Marks adapter kit with the freewheel hubs on the front.
Because these come with a full-time four-wheel drive.
So there are 3 diffs in these vehicles. You do have to lock all 3 if you want true four-wheel drive. I do suggest anyone looking to buy a vehicle like this, make sure it has part-time kit already put into it, usually from Marks adapters or something like that.
Yep.
That gives you just that full range of open, closed diff, high-low range, 2 four-wheel drive. You know, you're not stuck to any preset. You just choose what you want.
Yeah, and at least you can disengage the front diff and save fuel economy, which they all talk about.
Put it this way, I spat an axle out probably a month ago, just down the road here actually, being an idiot. Spat an axle out, cleaned out the side of the vehicle, didn't break anything, it's broke all the studs, so the axle came out one piece, perfect condition still.
Yep.
All it needed was a clean, put back in with new studs. But thanks to the Marks adapter kit and the freewheeling hubs, I drove home front wheel drive.
Yeah.
Instead of being stuck in the bush with nowhere to go.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that with the centre diff open.
And usually when you break something like this, you're in a spot where you're not getting a tow truck.
Yeah, you've got to get it at least to the bitumen.
You need a vehicle like this to help you get back out, which can become interesting. I have had to as I said before, I cooked an engine, so I've rebuilt this one. I've got about 10,000 Ks on this now. And
just to be clear, it's all standard pistons.
It's 100% standard.
All standard.
I did not upgrade a single thing.
So for all those crappy TD42 owners, this is the pinnacle of LandCruiser engines.
The pinnacle, mate. The pinnacle.
You can go to God mode and just get the FTE, but real men use the 1HZ and live life on the edge.
Yeah, that's what it's about. If your eyes are on the road and not on those temperature gauges, well, you're worrying about the wrong thing.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, that's about the end of what I've done here. Homemade shitty snorkel, to be honest, but it does its job.
Obviously, it doesn't leak like the Safari on mine.
No, I've had no leaks or anything like that. I have made sure I've got all the silicone hoses and good hose clamps and everything like that all hooked up in there. So.
And what turbo is it?
It's a Garrett, I believe a GT28, because I'm only saying that because it looks the same as what came off my 180SX.
Yep.
I do want to upgrade that. I just don't know which way to go yet. To be honest, there's 100 different options
and there's no correct option with the 1HZ.
No, exactly. And depending on who you ask, every option is the best.
There's nowhere to go
Can't
from there.
Can't put them all on there. It'll be fun to play with too, but
I don't think you'll gain much out of 2 except for another blown motor. In all honesty.
To be honest, mate.
And then just single battery, have you got a dual setup?
No, there is a second battery in the back.
Yep.
I'm sort of halfway through finishing off a lot of camp equipment at the moment, so I can go up the Cape.
Right, we may as well
get around to that. Yeah.
Move on to the next part. Alright, so now we're going to talk about suspension.
Yep. So we got the Dobinsons. They're a 3-inch spring and a 6-inch shock.
Yep.
Triple bypass, remote res, blah blah blah, the MRP range.
Yep.
We've also got a 2-inch coil seat, helps stop them coils falling out with such big flex.
Is that just a spacer on top?
It is basically a spacer on top, just a big rubber one. It's, it is all shaped and everything for proper seat.
For Queensland police out there, it's not a spacer. It's
it's proper parts, alright.
The word spacer triggers the police.
Engineered by someone somewhere. No sway bars.
No
Overrated.
sway
Overrated.
You don't need them.
Don't need them. Well, actually, I'll be honest, you do need them. Once you upgrade to a set of shockies like this, you do get so much tunability of being comfortable with taking them out of the vehicle completely. Was running a rear one until these shockies went in because you couldn't keep the thing in a straight line.
Yeah.
It'd sit one way or the other and there was no real control.
That is interesting with coils because coils are usually very temperamental on the road compared to a leaf spring setup.
You notice it. So, biggest upgrade, like there's a lot of truck here, biggest upgrade I believe I've done of those shockies. When it comes to driving this vehicle and being safe, and so I daily drive it to and from work, up and down the Gillies Range, through the city, you name it, I do it. And it's suspension is a big thing.
So there's no body lift on this or anything?
No, no body lift.
So we're looking at 5 inch?
5 inches, all chassis.
All round?
Yep, all round.
Well, at the moment, it's chest height on me.
I think it's big enough.
That's pretty tall.
Everyone who gets in it sort of has a little complaint about how high it is, and I took the mother-in-law for a drive there one day. It wasn't until she was getting out of it that I realised I should really have a step ladder for this lady because she couldn't get to the ground without jumping, and then the land wasn't going to be nice. So I told her, swing off the door, it's tough. So step ladder if you're taking your parent-in-laws out to dinner.
Or just don't take them out.
Or maybe buy a more suitable vehicle.
And the bar work's pretty interesting to me because you're looking at 2 different sizes of bar work here. It's real skinny
Which
here.
is awkward. There is a very strange mix of bar work on this car. So as I said before, I've got the ARB bar up here.
Yep.
I know that's ARB. It's got a sticker on. I've got the Adventure Kings roof rack.
Yep.
I know that's Adventure Kings because the paint's peeling off. It looks like an Adventure Kings. And
it smells like China.
Exactly.
You got the Rona from it.
As for sidebars, they're really nice side rails there, so I'm not sure these ones. Sorry.
Yeah,
rock sliders.
The rock sliders, yeah.
Very nice rock sliders. I don't actually know the brand.
The paint is coming off it, so that tells me it's a 2-pack or a spray paint finish. It's not powder coated.
It's not powder coated, that's right.
So I don't know how
and there's some
reputable the brand is.
There's some years on them, so I'm not sure. This here, I believe, is someone's backyard attempt at sorting out a set of side brush bars for it.
You know what that looks like to me? It looks like they've cut up the trampoline.
It does, it does.
They needed some bar
and
work.
I can also tell that they've decided to tack something in here and weld it. They've welded me bull bar to me side step. So
no clamps,
I'm in the process at the moment. I'm going to cut all that off. I'm going to bend up some nicer, thicker bar. I'm going to bolt it there and clamp it here.
You know what, but it does look extremely strong.
It's strong.
It must have been a good trampoline.
Between the mounting bolts on the bull bar and the mounting bolts on the side rails with them welded together, should be able to winch up a tree, really.
Off the bar work, you reckon? Yeah, well, it does seem
just
pretty
being
sturdy.
all connected like that. So
it does seem extremely sturdy. And then at the
rear bar, so there's a little loop there. Once again, I do believe this person had something to do with that.
That must have been the big bar on the trampoline.
That must have been the bigger one. The rear bar, though, I can't tell you who that's from either.
We'll have a full look at that in a sec.
Look. It is quite a nice bar.
But it is very interesting to have that just single hoop at the side there and not coming over the back wheel arch.
Well, almost impossible with the 8.
Yeah.
If you can draw me a line, I'll go home and make it.
Yeah, it is a very small area to work with. It's only...
And then that tyre hits that plastic guard. So you haven't got room to put it any lower or anything like that. It's a bit of a tricky scenario.
I reckon it's doable. Even if it's millimetres away from the door, when the door opens...
Yes. Oh yeah, see, so...
It comes away.
When you do put the plastic on, the door's this big.
Yeah.
That's the problem there. So thankfully, not thankfully, but...
You haven't hit it.
That one got smashed off by a tree. Yeah.
Well, at least the door didn't get damaged though.
No, not really. Not too badly anyway. The paint, that's something else I'll mention. It is a beautiful colour. It's off the 200 series, the newer 200 series. That's the dark burgundy red with the gold metallic flake through it.
I did notice the scratches. Was that put in when they painted it or after?
Oh, custom scratches, mate. Come on. It took years and years of the perfect tracks to put those perfect scratches on there.
That's right. Every scratch tells a story, but you probably
Yeah,
won't be able to remember
them all. Yeah, it is quite. I'm sad about the scratches, but they can't be pretty forever. You
That's
can't
right.
have a pretty truck and have fun.
Those two things, they just don't. It doesn't work.
I tried.
You tried.
I've had the fun. I don't have the pretty truck anymore. Wrap the coating or something next.
And then you got just a standard
That's
ARB
the
awning.
ARB Tourer awning.
What's it about? 1.5, 2 metre awning? I don't know the measurements.
Neither do I actually. Oh, you know, it comes out far away.
Yeah.
It's almost square. Put it that way. When
Almost
it's out,
square.
It's almost square. So it's nearly as wide as it is long.
It looks like it tucks up nice. It's not like some of those Adventure Kings ones. They're all like a big bag.
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
yeah.
Like a
it
smaller
is very
sort of awning.
small. So the legs fold inside its own frame and then it rolls
Yeah,
up
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
They're all the same in the ARB, in the Adventure Kings.
Are
It
they?
just seems like the bag ends up a bit bigger on the truck.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've only ever had that one at this stage, so
Alright, so we'll move on to the next part, I guess.
the rear bar.
The rear bar. Alright, so here we are around the back.
Yeah, so this is the rear bar I was telling you about. As I said, I still to this day can't work out what brand or who might have made it or anything.
I don't
so-
think there's a brand here, mate. I think it's someone who built the tennis court
Yeah,
around the
it
side.
could be.
I mean the trampoline.
They did a good job if that's the case.
It
It's
looks
quite obvious that the swingaways here are homemade. No stops, no locks, no nothing like that. So
Have you got any plans to change this?
I do. So I want to get a bit of ladder and a bit of 2 jerry cans, water diesel,
Yep.
spare tyre, things like that, so I can get better access to the roof. And I've got some ideas I don't want to give away too. Let's put it that way.
But yeah, you are planning on getting rid of it, and I'm trying to get rid of mine. It's just, it seems like everyone I've spoken to so far is never happy with the rear bar.
With the rear bar.
And the other thing too, it's one of those things you don't want to spend a big amount on, not like your bull bar or your sliders.
True, true. And there's so many different rear bars and so many options these days that I think a lot of the consumers are quite confused about what they want.
Yeah.
And never happy with what they've got.
That's right.
And I've even caught myself out doing exactly that. Thinking I want this, I want that, and I want this, and then, but hey.
But then when it comes to bull bars, you've got your generic ARB, ARB, TJM, opposite lock.
Yeah.
Right? Your generic brands. And then you've got comp bars like the X-Rock and a few other brands that are getting into that now.
Similar thing there, where there's a lot of choice.
There's a bit of confusion there, but at least when you're going into it, you know there's about 4 different types of bull bar.
Yep.
And then you've just got to narrow down the brand.
That's exactly right.
Rear bars, they've got to do so much more.
They do.
So there's too much really to get into, really.
They carry everything.
Right, so we may as well open it up.
Open her up. So, in the back, along with the dirty shoes and the motorbike helmets and the carry-on, we've got the outback drawers, fridge, Waco fridge, 50 litre.
Yep.
Kitchen supplies, all the tools and spares and recovery gear and keep the truck alive drawer.
What's the go here?
It came with the vehicle like this. I do have other plans, but someone's done up a nice chopping board, even with a little aluminium section. I'd say they were avid fishermen or something like that. So I've made good use of it so far. It's better than the carpety stuff that used to be there. So.
I see for a 93 model, the seals are holding up pretty good. This the factory seal?
As good as they can, I'd say so, with the condition of some spots.
It's got a bit of coming away in the middle there, but all the rest of it looks pretty brand new.
I'm hoping when I do buy some new rubbers and pull all this away that everything under there is still Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, you just don't want to look when you do it. You just pull it off, stick the new one on.
So the only place, that's probably the 2 places I've never been able to look for rust yet. One is under these drawers.
Yep.
I've been down in the quarters are clean.
Yep.
Under the drawers and under all your window rubbers and door rubbers and everything like that.
Yep.
It's the only, other than that, rust free. So if there's no rust in those places, I'm good.
And you've got like some sort of, is that an inverter or
that's a
battery
MPPT solar charger.
For the solar
amp,
on the roof?
Solar on the roof, battery tucked away behind the fridge.
What size fridge is this? Probably a 30 litre?
I think it's 50.
Oh, it's a bit small for a 50, I think.
30. Oh. See, I don't even know now.
I'd say Oh, it says CF50, whatever that is. That's
that's what made me.
probably a 25, 30 litre. It's not a bad size considering if you put a really big fridge in here.
It holds a couple of days worth of meat and milk.
Yeah.
So keeps us out of trouble.
It's all pretty tidy in here.
But the cargo barrier, keep the dog from jumping over the seat and whatnot.
And whatever else you throw in here, you don't want that ending up in the back.
I try to keep the room for the puppy, you know. He likes to come out with me.
Alright, I guess that's about it for this one. Check out the new merch. We've got merch coming out. That'll be on pre-order. Haven't worked out the dates, but that drops tomorrow. Big thanks to Walt here for showing us his big 80 series. And now we'll get out and have a bit of a play with it.
Make some mud fly.
Let's get into it.
I'm stuck, boss. I'm getting nothing. Fourth gear won't do it. You're stuck.
Holy shit!
Oh, lucky I don't own a patrol, eh?
You wouldn't have made it.
Wouldn't have made it. I'd be in there swimming with a broken patrol. No, I love you, patrol guys. I couldn't show off like this if it wasn't for yous always getting bogged.